We are ready to go. Good evening and welcome to the Richmond Community of Caring Annual Year-End Celebration. Community of Caring is a nonprofit organization, and our mission is to promote character education within the public school setting. This evening, we are extremely excited to recognize students on the elementary level who have consistently demonstrated the organization's core values throughout the year. We are also delighted to have students from the secondary level who will be sharing their thoughts on how the core values impact them and their community. This evening's program will begin with a welcome from Bruce Tyler, the chair of the Community of Caring Board. Mr. Tyler, I will now turn it over to you.
Thank you, Ann. Board, I welcome you to the Richmond Community of Caring closing celebration. I am Bruce Tyler, chairman of the board, and today we are celebrating our RPS students for their participation in this life character development program that teaches children to develop positive decision-making skills as they move forward in their life journeys. Founded by Eunice Kennedy Shriver in 1982 to foster character development and good citizenship, Richmond Community of Caring is celebrating 10 years of working with Richmond Public Schools in the East End schools. We appreciate this opportunity to serve. Our board members include the Honorable Cheryl Burt, Mr. Grady Hart, Mr. J.J. Minor, the Honorable Shonda Harris Mohammed, the Honorable Cynthia Newbill, Miss Jennifer Slabaugh, Dr. Donald Stern, and myself, and of course our executive director, who we could not do this program without her help, is Ann Harris. I'd also like to thank the principals and the lead teachers at the schools, Mr. Harris and Mr. Hart, for their support during this academic year. And I'm also like to thank Mr. Kramers for joining us today and being a part of this year's program. With that, Ann, I will turn it over back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Tyler. At this time, I would like to recognize some additional special guests. Mr. Tyler just recognized some of them, so I may be mentioning their names again, but thank you, Jason Cameras, our superintendent, who will be moderating the second half of our program this evening. And as Mr. Tyler said, we also have several members from the school board and central office leadership team who are present. If you all could just wave right now to everyone so they can see who you are, we would appreciate it. We also have some of our communities and school site coordinators with us this evening. CIS often works hand in hand with our lead teachers, and they are a great support to our organization. Additionally, our educational consultant for Community of Caring, Ms. Penny Keith, was going to try to make it, so I hope that she is on the call as well as Dr. Ann Higgins D'Alessandro and Dr. Catherine Trapani, both of Fordham University. If you ladies could wave as well, I know that they are on the line. They are currently completing a comprehensive evaluation of Community of Caring to identify student outcomes. We completed phase 1 of this evaluation last year and will soon be moving on to phase 2. And we look forward to sharing those results with our stakeholders when they are available. Thank you, ladies, both for being here this evening. Next, I would like to introduce our board members once again, Bruce Tyler, Donald Stern, Cynthia Newbill, Cheryl Burke, Shonda Harris Muhammad, Jennifer Slabaugh, Grady Hart, and James J.J. Minor. Thank you, board, for being present as well. And then last but not least, I would like to introduce the boots on the ground workers for Community of Caring, our lead teachers and our principals. Our lead teachers have demonstrated incredible resilience this year, and I am extremely proud of each of them. From Armstrong, we have Dr. Willie Bell, Dr. Nicole Sparkman, and Tamika Quinn. From Bellevue, Ms. Tanea Hines and yours truly, Ann Harris. From Chimborazo Elementary School, Mr. David Peck and Judith Stallings. From Fairfield Court Elementary School, Angela Wright and Rebecca Parks. From Henry L. Marsh III Elementary School, Ms. Kimberly Cook and Natalie Battle. From Martin Luther King Jr. Middle School, Annette Dabney, Selena Scott, and Dustin Robinson. From Overby Elementary School, Overby Shepherd, Ms. Shayla Holman and Andrenice Flowers. And from Woodville Elementary School, Ms. Shannon Washington and Lakia Carter. Thank you all for your incredible work that you have done this year. And now, without further ado, it is time to recognize Community of Caring's amazing student leaders. The students that we are about to spotlight are model citizens who have gone above and beyond to demonstrate the values of caring, respect, responsibility, trust, and family, not only in their schools, but also in their communities. At this time, I would like to invite the lead teachers and the principals to read the highlights for each of your individual students. All right, and we're going to kick it off with my school, which is Bellevue. All right, I will introduce our first student who is being recognized, Mr. Sebastian Sam. He is a kindergartner at Bellevue, and his interests and hobbies include Amtrak and freight trains, playing games, reading, and riding his scooter. And Mr. Sebastian Sam was nominated for this distinction because he comes to school prepared and eager to learn each and every day. He greets everyone with good morning and a smile and ends the day with see you tomorrow. Sebastian cares about his classmates and often checks in on his teacher. He types how are you in the chat and sometimes sorry when he speaks out of turn. Sebastian enjoys complimenting others and making them laugh. Sebastian completes all of his classwork and homework assignments and helps other students transition into other classrooms. Sebastian has participated in all of Bellevue's virtual programs, including the Run Club and Book Club. Sebastian is a great member of the Bellevue family. And finally, Sebastian's future goals. He would like to be a train conductor and engineer. So Sebastian, can you wave at everyone for us? I know there are a lot of people on the call, but hopefully you will see Sebastian. Congratulations, Sebastian. And I believe Ms. Penn is going to read our next recipient.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, congratulations to all of our student leaders that are being recognized this evening. I have the pleasure of recognizing Kelson Gilliam. And Kelson is a fourth grade student at Bellevue, and his interests include football, basketball, Marvel, and Captain America. So why is this student an amazing leader? It has been such a great pleasure to teach Kelson this school year, to have nominated him for this award. When I think of Kelson, the word that comes to mind is heart. He comes to school each day ready to learn, to be challenged. I'm sorry, it's hard to see the writing. To be challenged even when these challenges come with frustration. Kelson works to have a positive impact on others by sharing kind words to his classmates throughout the day in the chat. When we talk about community issues, Kelson always has positive suggestions to make our world a better place. I know he has a bright future ahead of him, and I can't wait to see how he changes the world one day. Congratulations, Kelson. I am so proud of the young man you are becoming. And Kelson's future goals is to be successful and to do great things to help the world. Congratulations, Kelson. We are so proud of you. Kelson, wave so everyone can see you. Awesome. Thank you.
All right, good evening, everyone. I have the privilege of honoring Aubrey Valentine this evening. Aubrey's a fifth grader here at Chimborazo Elementary, and her interests and hobbies include, she enjoys doing arts and crafts projects and collecting coins. She also enjoys playing outdoors. So Aubrey was nominated for this award, given the fact that she's an amazing leader. She was recommended by our second grade teacher to participate in our school's Community of Caring Diplomat program due to her consistent modeling of the 5 core values and her desire to help others. Aubrey has a pleasant personality, has faithfully served as a diplomat for the past 4 years. She is commended for her 100% participation in this year's virtual service learning projects. So Aubrey has lofty career goals and ambitions. First, to attend Virginia Union University, and also plans to go to medical school and to study to become a pediatrician. And there's no doubt those future goals and ambitions will come to fruition. Great job, Aubrey.
Good evening, everyone. It is my pleasure and privilege to tell you about Jayon Fleming. He's a 5th grader at Chimborazo Elementary School. His interests and hobbies include outdoor sports, especially playing football. He is currently a member of a local youth team. Jayon is an amazing leader. He was recommended by a 2nd grade teacher to participate in our school's Community of Caring Diplomat program due to his ability to influence his classmates and his willingness to help. He has faithfully served as a diplomat for the past 4 years and was always the first to ask when the next service project would be. Jayon has faced challenges this school year, but has proven to be extremely resilient. He is commended for his commitment to serving others. Jayon's future goal is to improve his football skills and to be drafted by the NFL. If he isn't drafted, Jayon plans to be a manager of a truck delivery business. Unfortunately, Jayon and his mother couldn't join us this evening because they've had another death in their family. The wake was scheduled for this evening at 6 p.m. But he's a great student.
Good evening, everyone. I have the pleasure of introducing our 3rd grader, Caleb Hazen, with Fairfield Court Elementary School. Caleb's interests and hobbies include Pokemon, Beyblades, playing games with his friends, building Legos, and other craft activities. Caleb has attended school daily in the virtual setting and comes with a smile on his face, ready to learn. He completes his work each day and does his best. That is why we have chosen you, Caleb, as one of our future leaders. His future goals, he loves to create, draw, and work with his hands. He hopes to one day work in a field that will allow him to be creative and continue to do these things.
Good evening, everyone. Greetings from Fairfield Court Elementary School. I am honored and pleased to celebrate one of our scholars, Sincere Boyd. Sincere is one of our 5th graders. His interests and hobbies include excelling in science, playing with Legos, building games, Beyblades, and all action figures. Why is Sincere such an amazing leader? He has consistently shown amazing character during his time at Fairfield Court Elementary School. He is diligent in completing all schoolwork. Sincere is kind to all his peers and staff members and is always willing to help anyone in need. Sincere's future goals is to excel in math and science and loves to engage in activities that allow him to create. I love that. He looks forward to graduating high school, attending college, and working in a field that will allow him to build and create. Go Eagles! Sincere and Caleb, we are so proud of you.
Good evening, everyone. It is my esteemed pleasure to recognize 2 of our outstanding students at B. Henry L. Marsh Elementary. Our first student is Sherman Washington, and he is a 3rd grader this year. And Sherman enjoys learning new skills, helping his peers, playing outside and basketball. He also helps at home with his grandparents and making sure his household chores are finished. And why is Sherman an amazing community of caring leader? Sherman is an exemplary student. He comes to class every day on time and participates in classroom discussions. He is well-mannered and a bright student who can fill the room with his energy and readiness to learn. Sherman is a little guy with a very big heart. As his teacher this year, I am filled with so much joy to have met a kid with so much compassion, respect, and kindness for others daily. Sherman Washington is a true example of a community of caring leader and Henry Marsh Marnock pride. And Sherman's future goals, one of Sherman's dream jobs to be a basketball coach, and his favorite subject is PE. Sherman's favorite team is the Washington football team, and Sherman wants to attend the University of Richmond. Sherman, please wave at the people because we are very, very happy to honor and recognize you. Our next student is Destiny Thweet Harris. And Destiny is a 4th grader this year. And Destiny enjoys art, reading, unicorns, boxing/wrestling, shoes/sneakers, backpack/bags, and eating spicy shrimp. And why was Destiny recognized or nominated for the student of an amazing or community of caring amazing leader? Destiny has excelled against the odds of being completely virtual this year. She is diligent in completing assignments and even engages in homework and asks for extra tasks. She is helpful in troubleshooting technical difficulties for students and staff. She has shown exceptional leadership qualities in small groups, and she perseveres when faced with challenges. She also actively participates in spirit weeks and extracurricular activities. Additionally, she supports her peers in whole group or group activities. She is simply an all-around great student. And Destiny's future goals, Destiny aspires to become an engineer. Her plans are to attend and complete college, become wealthy, and provide for her family. Destiny, if you can wave, we are definitely excited and very honored to have you as one also of our community of caring, amazing leaders.
Good evening, everyone. It is my privilege and honor to be able to recognize 2 students who attend Overby Shepherd Elementary. Our first student is Devin Harris. She's a 5th grader at Overby, and her interests and hobbies include cheering, dancing, cooking, and making TikToks. Devin is an amazing leader due to her ability to display leadership qualities throughout the school year by making sure on time for school and participates in class daily. She is kind, encouraging to her peers, and always puts forth her best effort. She also has a stellar attendance record of maintaining perfect attendance all school year. Her future goals includes pursuing modeling and owning her own business when she grows up. Our next student is Ryan Porter. He is a 3rd grader at Overby Shepherd. His interests include playing Fortnite and Crew 2, going to the basketball court, and eating spicy foods. Ryan is an outstanding student and always does his best while in school. He volunteers in class to answer questions and offers to help his peers. He comes to school each day with a smile and a positive attitude. When Ryan grows up, he would like to become a scientist to help find cures for viruses. Please, please, please give a warm congratulations to both of our students at Overby Shepherd.
Good afternoon, everyone. I have the honor of presenting 2 students from Woodville Elementary School. Our first one is Javante Austin. He is a 1st grader. And when I tell y'all, when you ever get the chance to meet this little guy, you will feel his presence in a room. He is interested and he loves learning new things, playing basketball, Roblox, eating pizza, and hanging with family and friends. Javante, why is he our student? Why is he our amazing leader? Javante is an amazing leader because he is always well prepared, fully engaged in any activity thrown at him. Javante is very polite, well-mannered, and always going the extra mile to ensure his peers fully understand what's going on. Although Javante is only in the 1st grade, he sets the bar high and is very serious and focused about his education and helping others. His future goals: He told me exactly like this, you guys. He said, when I grow up, Miss Carter, I'm going to college and I'm going to one day become the president or the governor. So yes, Javante, our queen, Myoki Mero. She is a third grader. Her interests and hobbies are she loved dancing and gymnastics and doing hair. Why is she our amazing leader? Myoki is an amazing leader because she is always on time and fully engaged throughout the academic setting. She is always willing, there we go. She is always willing to help her peers and go the extra mile to ensure others around her are feeling welcomed. Her future goals, Myoki's future goals are to one day attend college and become a professional dancer. She also hopes to one day to own her own dance studio. So help me congratulate our two students from Woodville Elementary School. Wave at the camera, guys.
All right, thank you so much, lead teachers and principals. All right. Are you seeing my notes or do you only see the slide, everyone? Ms. Carter?
It's only the slides.
Okay, thank you. All right, so once again, thank you, teachers and lead principals. Thank you to our amazing students. Thank you for your amazing accomplishments this year. And thank you to the parents and the guardians for your incredible support. All right, at this time, we will transition to the second half of our program, our student panel, and you guys are in for a treat. We will now have the opportunity to hear from our student leaders on the secondary level. They will participate in a discussion about how they feel the core values impact them and their communities. This discussion will be moderated by our very own Superintendent, Jason Cameras. And our student participants are Alexander Morton, Joanna O'Ree, Chance Howe, and Billy Porter. They are all from Martin Luther King Jr. Middle School. And from Armstrong High School, we have Marvin Banks, Kimari Smith Baker, Courtney Brown, and Akima Hargrove. All right, I'm going to turn it over to you, Superintendent Cameras, and our students.
Thank you so much, Ms. Harris, and thank you to everyone for being here. Can y'all take yourselves off mute and shout and clap for all of our students? They are simply incredible. Come on, let's make some virtual noise.
Yay, Superman! Yay, Destiny March Monarch! Yes, March Monarch!
I love it. Thank you so much. There is so much to celebrate in each and every one of those students. It was such a thrill to hear about each of them. I feel like I got to know them all a little bit better. And, you know, I have a 9-year-old and an 11-year-old at home myself. And so lots of the hobbies and interests that I heard about are ones that my own 2 boys share. So thank you so much to our students, to the families, and to all of the teachers and counselors and principals and APs and everybody who have played a role in their success. All right, let's kick off our panel. And my first question, and let's see, and I'm just going to open it up to any of our panelists. So we know that Community of Caring has some core values, and I would first love to just hear if one of our panelists can share what those values are and what do they mean to them. Do we have a volunteer or should I call on somebody?
I'll go.
And who was that? I can't see just yet.
Billy.
Oh, Billy. All right, thank you. So tell us about the core values.
Well, they are family, responsibility, caring, and I believe trust are the core values. Let me make sure I I think those are all of them. I hope I got all of them. I mean, mine's B is over the place sometimes. But I would say the main ones to me are responsibility and trust, because they sort of go hand in hand. Because you have to be responsible. Because if you're a responsible person, well, people are gonna trust and depend on you to be able to do things like what I am doing right now today. It's doing by being responsible and getting things done. I was one of the people chosen to be on the panel and be able to talk with you today, which is why I believe those two main core vibes mean a lot to me.
Thank you so much, Billy. That was absolutely excellent. Do we have another one of our panelists that would like to share a little bit about the values and what they mean to you?
Yes, I would like to.
And who is that?
Chance Howell.
Okay, go ahead. Thank you.
I believe that family and trust is a really big component of my life, because I believe without family, there's not really much left, because family can motivate you to do better things in life and can also help you to achieve those things. And they have to trust you that you're better, that you're good enough to be able to achieve those things. So I hope, excuse me, I'm glad that they trust me enough to be on the panel, and that they believe in me so much enough to do so.
Beautifully said, Chance. Can I ask, how does your family motivate you?
Well, pretty much just pushing me to do stuff, reminding me, helping me whenever I get stuck, whenever I get down, always giving me advice, like being really helpful for me.
So they're in your corner, so to speak.
Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Chance. And can I get one more student to share what the values mean to you? For all the adults on the call, this is what virtual school is like. It's not easy. So give it up for our teachers and our counselors and our principals. It's been a long year. Do I have one more student volunteer?
We have some more out there, Superintendent Cameras. Don't be shy, speak up.
So who, Ms. Harris, can you perhaps suggest one of our young people who might be willing to share?
Yes, I'm going to refer to my list. I know that Ms. Hargrove is with us. Ms. Hargrove, would you like to share your thoughts about the core values?
Hey, Miss Harris.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can share. Hey, how y'all doing?
Akima, oh, she's there. Was that her saying? No. Akima's computer is moving
Yeah.
slow. She's texting me. She was trying to speak. But
Okay. I heard her earlier.
she says
Hold on, 'cause
it's
it's just
trying to load. It's trying to
moving
load.
slow. Like it's just.
We can hear you now. I think you're on mute now, Akima.
She's trying. Akima?
Okay, can y'all hear me
Yes.
Yes.
now?
Yes, you're all good.
Yeah. Okay. What I was ready to say? Jesus, man went blank. Okay. These core values, I feel like they're just very important to life itself. You can apply them in all different ways. If you look at it from the right perspective. If you look at it as it's just another thing that you learn in school, you're not gonna use it, you're not gonna apply it. But it really do help you look at things different. And especially stuff in your community, around your school, in your school, they definitely make you look at things Once I learned them, even when I was in middle school, and I learned things and how to go about a lot of situations.
Is there a particular situation you can tell us about where the core values came into play and you were able to use them to maybe solve something or help somebody?
Yeah, this year, with being virtual and everything, the work kind of got piled on us. Like, it's a lot of work to be done. So you got to learn how to take responsibility if you don't do something. It's not, you can't blame it on somebody else. You got to learn how to say, well, I didn't do that, because you can't even make excuses for it. You just have to learn how to take accountability and say, well, I didn't do this, and learn how to get it done without having the excuses and like that.
Well said. Thank you so much, Akima. I'd like to ask that same question to anybody else, Billy or anyone else who shared already. How have you used the core values maybe to solve a conflict, solve a problem, solve an issue in your community?
I would say the main one I have used is respect. If you don't have respect for someone, then a lot of problems can begin to start in your community or anywhere else in the world, by not like showing them that you respect them and that your opinions matter. Can be a lot of problems, or just being responsible too. Like, if you're home or in school, if you're just playing around or not doing what you have to do, then it's not going to fall back on anybody. It's going to fall back on you. People are not going to believe you are up to do things. Like, when you get older and you're trying to get a very important job, if you're not doing what you have to do, they look at everything. A lot of stuff you do in school goes on your records and stuff, and if they think you're just a person who doesn't take anything seriously, they're not going to want you to do a lot of things. In, like, if I have a lot of work to do and it's due by tonight or today, well, I would try to get it done in the least bit amount of time. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I may procrastinate a little bit. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Get a little tongue twisted, but you just have to make sure you're doing what you have to do to make sure that your life is successful, because no one else is gonna be responsible for your downfall if you don't do what you have to do.
Again, well said, Billy. And you said procrastinate perfectly. And everybody procrastinates a little bit now and then. So that's okay. As long as you said you take responsibility for completing whatever task you have in front of you. I would love to ask any other students who we have not heard from if there is a teacher or a family member or a pastor or a coach, somebody who really exhibits, who really shows the core values, and you are really inspired by them. Can you tell us about somebody like that in your life? Ms. Harris, I might enlist your support again.
Okay, and actually, can I just read a comment that one of the panelists placed in the chat?
Sure.
All right, let me see if I can go back here. Alex, who is one of our panelists, Alexander Morton, said the core values are not just words, they are day-to-day actions. So true, they are not just words, they are day-to-day actions.
Well, let me ask Alex. I think I see you, Alex. Could you share a little bit more about what you mean?
Like, we use them in our day-to-day lives. Yeah. You use them every day, every single day, every day. And what speaks the most is caring, because you always have to care.
Sounds like you might have a little brother or sister there with you.
Hi, y'all. Yes, Alex's sister is usually really close by, so he may put his wording in the chat because, yeah, she likes to participate too.
Fair enough. Thank you, Miss Scott. All right, I'm going to go back to that question I asked. Is there an adult in your life, a teacher, a counselor, pastor, coach, family member, anybody who really exhibits the core values that you have learned, and you look at them as a role model? And can you tell us about them and how they show those values?
I definitely have a lot of people in my life who exhibit those core values. Well, first starting at home, I would say my mother is the main one. No matter what I have went to or the things I've done, she has always been there to support me, and she has been the main one to push me to reach my goals and to not back out from anything. And even if I did, she respected my choices. She main one she exhibit is caring. She really cares for me in everything that I do, and I truly trust her with anything. And for my teachers, I would say when she's not here, but Miss Johnson and of course Mr. Robinson. You know, we going back and forth a little bit, but yes, he would definitely be one of them. He, I would say above all of them, pushes us to do what we need to do. Would definitely have a word to say if we do not. He is a very supportive teacher, and he has helped me and Chance with a project before. So I would say he is very supportive in his job too. And I want to say I really appreciate all of them for the things they have helped me with and pushed me to be a better person today and continually.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Billy. Is Mr. Robinson on the call? Do we know if he's
yes, I'm here.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
Anything you'd like to share in response to that?
Well, first I had to go get some tissues because I almost started crying a little bit. But no, I do have the privilege of teaching Chance and Billy this year. They are two of the most amazing students that I have ever taught. I'm a little bit sad that I wasn't able to teach them in person to really build that connection and everything. But they're amazing. They love to participate in class. They go out of their way to help their classmates with any problems or anything like that arise when they are completing their assignments. So they're two of the most amazing kids that I have taught.
Thank you so much, Mr. Robinson, for sharing that, and thank you for what you do every day. Chance, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, basically just go off what Billy said. Miss Johnson and Mr. Robinson have really been a great inspiration to me. They've constantly been helping me every day, all day, constantly giving it their all and making school a nice learning environment. And I really appreciate them to the bottom of my heart.
That is so beautiful, Chance. Is Miss Johnson on the call? No, she's not. Okay, Chance, you got to make a promise to me that you will tell her what you just shared on this call. Will you do that for me?
Of course.
All right. Thank you so much.
Mr. Cameras, I'll read another comment in the chat. This one is from panelist Kamari Smith Baker. She said, "My mom, she pushes me to do better, and she always tells me never to give up." Great words of wisdom.
Amen. Amen. You know, I think sometimes adults think that kids just want pizza parties and fun all the time and don't want to be pushed. But in reality, I think what we're hearing is, and from my own experience as a middle school teacher and as a father myself, setting that high bar for kids to achieve is really what kids, that's how they feel loved. When you know that you believe in them so much, going to push them to be their very, very best. And I think we have lots of folks on the call today who do that each and every day for our kids. Akima, is there somebody in your life that exhibits those values that you'd like to share about?
Yes, actually, Miss Sparkman. She, ever since I got to high school, she just took me by the hand, showed me told me what to do, what's gonna get Lord knows I want to go. I'm ready to go. She then told me everything I need to know. She helps me out when I need help. She texts me, make sure I'm doing all right. She's just one of those people that's good to have.
And what is she, a teacher, counselor, administrator?
Ability. She telling me how.
She's a teacher there, and she's also one of the Community of Caring lead teachers, and she's on the call with us.
Well, she is. Well, can you say a few words?
Hello, everyone. It is my pleasure to be in this organization. I love Akima, just as I loved her sister. She is our second Hargrove here at Armstrong High School, who is doing extremely well
In all facets
I love her very, very much, and I don't do anything for the praise, but I do thank her for those kind words.
Thank you, Ms. Sparkman. All right, I would love to hear if we have other panelists who would like to share. What is one time that you have tried to live up those values, but maybe you fell short, and what did you learn from it? Because we always, all of us, sometimes don't live up to everything we want to, and we learn from that. So is someone brave enough to share an experience where maybe you fell a little bit short and you learned something from it?
Okay, we have a message in the chat from Alex. Okay, this was an answer to the previous question. He said, my family and my teachers pushed me to do better. Oh, did I read this one? No. My family and my teachers, they pushed me to do better, and they always told me to never give up. So very similar to what Kimari said. Thank you for sharing that, Alex.
Beautiful.
I'm sorry, Mr. Cameras, I thought that was in reference to your last question. You may have to repeat it again.
No problem, no problem. So as our panelists, as you have tried to live the values of community and caring, have you had an experience where it was really hard and you kind of missed the mark a little bit and you learned something from that, and you're stronger because of it? Anyone want to be brave and share that?
So go. I would say some of the ones that I probably feel short of, or I would be responsibility and caring, in little bit of reference to what I said earlier. By not doing those things, it really falls back on you. I would say by not showing that, and respect too, as well, by not showing that kind of respect towards other people in my previous evening schools, it really had a major effect on what some people thought of me. And I would say that I have really learned that I should start learning to respect people a lot more in what they do and how they act and stuff. And maybe in some situations learn to ignore by being more responsible. And at home, care a little more for what my siblings think, because we all know that we argue with our siblings, you know. And I would say probably I should show a little more respect for my younger ones as well. Those are some of the lessons I realized that I needed to and now have.
Thank you, Billy. That was very brave to share. I really appreciate you doing that. Very well said again.
Thank you.
One more panelist you want to share? Maybe you fell a little bit short of your goal when it comes to some of these values. And what did you learn from that?
Chance again. But I think it was responsibility back during, I would say, third grade. Back then, I was very just to myself, not really helping anybody, not being an uptight model back then. But then now I just realized that if you help other people, they can come back and help you. And you can always boost other people up when they need some help. And I just think that if I was doing that back then, I probably could have helped some people when they were when they were down, and I could have been a nice, helpful role model to assist them. But back then, I was very what's the word? To myself, which I think wasn't really the best thing to do when I look at it from back here, because now some people could really use a boost, and now they're just, I could say that I skipped over them when they really needed it most. But so now that's like one of my biggest regrets.
Thank you so much, Chance. You are wise beyond your years. And I love your name, but I think you're less of a chance and more of a sure thing.
Thank you.
All right. And it looks like Kamari wrote in. Ms. Harris, you want to read that one?
Yes, I sure will. Thank you, Kamari. She said, when I used to get in trouble in middle school, it affected me in many ways by not being able to participate in activities. And I learned from that in many ways.
Beautiful.
We have to learn our lessons the hard way sometimes.
Let me ask another question. We obviously have a lot of wonderful things in our city and community, but we also have a lot of challenges. We still have racism, and we still have gun violence and other challenges like that. I'm curious to hear from some of our panelists, how do you think these core values can help address some of those issues?
I think it really boils down to respect and responsibility. A lot of people don't respect other people enough to give them the time of day to see that they're not just what you see on the outside, and that they're human beings. And that if people just learn to be with each other and to communicate, we wouldn't have people shooting and having violence against each other. And I hope that they can have respect for each other enough that they can learn, they can learn that they can overcome their challenges against each other, and hopefully come together and we create a better community for everybody.
Chance, when are you running for governor?
Not soon,
Can I be your campaign manager?
of course.
All right, let's lock it in right now. Thank you so much. Those are incredibly wise words. I love what you said, if we can just see everybody as human. I think sometimes we don't see each other as human, and that's where so many of our problems come from. Can I get a couple more responses? How would these core values help with some of our larger challenges in our communities? Ms. Harris, anyone else we haven't heard? Oh, I think I heard somebody. Was that Billy?
Yes, it is.
Thank you, Billy. You bailed me out.
No problem. I will say another main core value that a lot of people can use, especially in our communities, is to just care, not just about yourself, but for other people. Because a lot of the things you can do, sometimes it may affect you, but a lot of times it can also affect a lot of people by doing a lot of reckless things. Like for people in gangs and stuff, back and forth with guns and stuff, and picking up a gun just to bail them out of a problem more quicker. And they're going back and forth doing all these crazy things. There get a lot of people being caught in the crossfire and stuff. And you are taking these people, innocent people who have done nothing, taking them from their families. And this can really hurt a lot of people. So by just caring not for yourself, but for other people, you can really better help improve the world and help keep the human population large and not decrease it, and help increase it.
Thank you so much, Billy. Again, very well said.
You
and
are
was
welcome.
there somebody else who was about to speak? Okay, I have one more question before. Oh, I see. Yes, maybe Billy is going to be Chance's running mate for lieutenant governor. Fantastic. We got to get Akima in there as well. I would love if you guys were making a commercial for Community of Caring that we were going to play in middle schools or elementary school, high school, to tell other students about your experience, what would you say in your commercial?
Can you please repeat the question?
Sure. So let's say we're making a 30-second commercial to advertise Community of Caring and to try to convince more kids to join. What would you say in your commercial? This will be good practice for when you're running for governor.
I would say that community of caring can really assist you now and later in life, because these core values are all positive things that other people would like to feel. If they feel in a positive way, they can assist you and help you go farther in life and also help you. But I feel like people who do not follow these, people who do not follow these aren't really a role model, and people would like to see somebody as a positive role model and to be a figure of the community. And I hope that other students will learn off of other role models and to help other people to become aspiring whatever they're trying to be.
Excellent job. That was incredible, right off the cuff. Beautiful. Would anyone else like to give it a try?
Yes.
Your commercial say, Billy. All right, let's go.
I like the real chance on a lot of the things he said. By being in community of caring, it will better help you improve yourself as a person, and by helping other people and using those core values, you can really help improve the world and get farther in your life. Because if you don't really use these core values and a lot of other things too, it can really be a major problem for you, and it can also affect a lot of the people around you. Just by being kind and showing that you're there for other people, the karma may come back on you in a very positive way. It can really help you be successful in life and other people as well, and that just may make you feel better about yourself and help other people feel better about themselves too.
Amen. And Ms. Harris, you want to read? We have a great comment from Aubrey Valentine.
I sure do. One of our leaders that was recognized earlier, Aubrey she says in her campaign, she would convince people it's not how smart you are, but how you act that will make people know and want to work with you. I agree as well. Well said, Aubrey.
Yes. Aubrey, there is a saying in education that goes like this, and I think it speaks to what you're saying. It goes like this. Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. And I think that's exactly what you are saying. So well done, Aubrey. Well done, Billy, Chance, Akima. Before we wrap up, we are joined by our school board chair, Mrs. Cheryl Burke, as well as school board member, Dr. Harris Mohammed. I'm not sure if we have others, but I did want to just quickly turn the floor over to each of them if they would like to say any words of congratulations or greetings. Before I do pass it over, I just want to say you guys are amazing. I am so impressed, so proud, and I can't wait to see all the incredible things that you do going into next year. And I can't wait to actually see you next year in person, give you a high five, and thank you for the wonderful work you're doing. I also want to say thank you to all of the RPS staff on the call. You guys have been killing it all year long, and I know it's been hard, tech issues and all kinds of other things, but you guys have really stepped up in amazing ways and have truly shown what it means to teach and lead and serve with love. And I think what we heard from our students today is the perfect testimonial to that. So thank you. And with that, I will pass it to Mrs. Burke.
Thank you, Mr. Camrus, and good evening, everyone. I am just elated. I am happy. I am appreciative because this was a star-stellar act this evening. In terms of all the positive, good energy, our young people are brilliant. And I thank our family members, I thank our teachers, our counselors, our principals, young people, you all need to run now for office, seriously, because you can help some of us out for sure. But I am so elated. I love your suggestion, Mr. Cameron, something to think about in terms of a commercial. I'm sure Mr. Tyler, the Honorable Bruce Tyler, who has volunteered to carry on this program for many, many, many years. One of the young people stated that right now in particular it's time someone may need a boost. And I heard your words and your past experiences. You are leaders. And I'm depending upon you young people to continue to lead us in that spirit. Because see, you may not know this, but you've given us all food for thought. And when I'm finished this activity for tonight, this was one of the best ways, this is one of the best meetings or gatherings. And I thank you, Mrs. Harris, for leading us. I thank you. I think Dr. Newbill was on as well, and the other persons that continue. And I want you all to know that the persons that come to the meetings, Ms. Harris, our director, and Mr. Honorable Bruce Tyler, every month we meet at the table. And this evening, this is true documentation that this program is effective. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I can't wait to see you all back on September the 8th. And I'm gonna leave you with this thought. I'm not gonna tape up Mrs. Dr. Harris Muhammad's, but I want you to be mindful of when this is done, I want you just to pat yourselves on the back and say, job well done, because I am. Hey, come on.
Come on, don't make me dance.
Come on, Billy, I see you. Come on, Chance. Come on, Mr. Pat. Because I'm happy.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much. Continued success to each of you. And young people, remember the adults here are a part of your family. You talked about caring, being respectful, trustworthy, responsibility. We are your family, RPS. Mr. Cameras, well done. Ms. Harris, awesome. Mr. Bruce Tyler, the Honorable Bruce Tyler, love you always for what you continue to do over the many, many, many years. I think it's been over 20 years, Ms. Harris, right? How many years has Community of Caring been around?
11. This is our 11th year. For
Oh,
the
really?
second go around. They were here a long time ago. Second go around, 11 years.
Well, you know, I remember, Bruce, you know, I remember from years back, okay? But well done, young people. Show up and show out, because I will vote for you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Love you guys.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Burke. That is a tough act to follow, but I know Dr. Harris Mohammed will do a wonderful job. I believe you're there. I saw you in the chat. Do you want to say a few words?
Good evening, everyone. That is a hard act to follow. My camera is off because I am completing senior activities. Young people, one day you're going to be seniors in high school and graduating and planning for your future. And what I've seen this evening, you're just fabulous. You rock. One of the things that I heard when I joined, and I'm going to summarize it into a 4-letter word, just one word, is love. That's what I heard. That's what I saw, even with my video camera off. I also saw the networking and how you were celebrating each other. If someone else was talking when they finished, you clapped for that person. That means a lot to your peers when you're celebrating them. So important. And continue that good skill. Continue that love as you mature into your season years. I'm not going to use the word old, but as you grow into your season years, love, listen, young people, love never goes out of business. It is always in effect. And so that's what I've seen this evening. Ms. Burke said it, food for thought. I mean, just wonderful, just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And I just celebrate all of you. Congratulations to the adults, because it took the love in your spirit to hang in with these young people. And we thank you so very much. There is no amount of green dollars that we could pay you for the work that you do with our children in the community of sharing. So thank you so very, very, very much. Young people, you all are phenomenal. And Chance, if you do run for governor or Senate or delegate, you know, you can, I'll be your financial secretary if you need someone to, you know, watch out for the dollars. But all of you, I'm telling you, have marked your path to success in whatever you do. And showing up and showing out and taking your place in leadership justifies that. So congratulations again. Thank you, Chairman Burke. Thank you, Superintendent Cameron.
Thank you so much, Dr. Harris Muhammad. I love that. Love never goes out of business, never goes out of style.
I think we should hashtag that. What do you think, Chairman Burke? I think we should just hashtag it. Love never goes out of style.
I'm still celebrating. I'm still happy. Yes.
All right.
Mr. Cameron, I think you need to have that Monday night at our school, but love never goes out of style.
I love it. I love it. All right. I'm going to turn it back to Ms. Harris and say thank you once again.
Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. I told you all that you were in for a treat with these students on our panel. This is our third year having this panel, and I am always amazed at the insight and the wisdom that they have to share with us. Let's give them another round of applause. They did a phenomenal job. Thank you, Superintendent Cameron, so much for agreeing to moderate this, and hopefully there will be more in the future. So I just want to thank everyone, especially again, thank you to our lead teachers. As I said, the boots on the grounds, the ones doing the hard work in our schools every day. Everyone, let's please give our lead teachers a round of applause as well. They did a phenomenal job this year. It was very challenging, but we did it. And thank you everyone in attendance. I am going to turn it back over to Mr. Tyler, our chair, for closing remarks.
Well, thank you very much. I cannot say enough good that has been shared today. Every time we do this program, I come back to the fact that attitude is based on altitude. And the altitude that these students are showing here today means they're going to go a long way in their future. And for that, I'm very thankful. We'll have folks that'll take care of our country and our future. And I just bless y'all for being here today to show us how you're going to be leading us in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tyler. You all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And thank you so much for participating in our closing event.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good
Thank
evening,
you.
everybody.
Have a good
Remain
evening.
well. Be blessed.
And
Bye.
hello